Do you know why? You know why I don't do what you do the way you do it? There's a lot of reasons. For one thing, I feel myself to have a calling. You know? And that calling is a strong calling. Something that I just can't get out of my mind. I can't get out of my heart. I just can't get out of it. I can't escape it. And because of that calling, I just don't want to do what you do the way you do it. I don't know what you know about people. I don't know what you know about light workers as people, as a select people of God. We're all God's people. We're all God's creation, the universe wide. And, you know, it's like all the stars in the heavens are doing their part. You know, the sun is doing its part. The supernovas are doing their part. Star seeds, the first stars that are out there, they're doing their part. The latest star that came along is doing its part. And all in between. First, let me cover that. I don't know what you know about light workers. This light worker right here, well, look through some of my videos. I'm not saying that's all there is to me, but when I come to this platform, YouTube, if anyone's even looking, you know, if anyone's even listening to it, I come there with a certain thing in mind that I'm wanting to discuss or get into or talk about. Like this video right here, I came for this purpose right here. And when I put this up on you, like so I'm doing something like putting videos up about the Pentagon when I go to YouTube. You know, this isn't me talking to you and we're just going about random shit back and forth. So you might want to bear that in mind. But you're getting glimpses of who I am and what I am, but you're not getting the totality of it, of course. So, you know, keep that in mind. You might want to bear that in mind. Having said that, you can look through some of those videos and get some kind of inkling into really what I am and how I vibe on a lot of things as this particular kind of light worker. That's for now. It's been different in times past. This is where I'm at right now, and I suspect if I keep on living, it will be different in the future. Just like Ebenezer Scrooge, he went through his processes. He started off one way, like everyone starts off one way, you know, and you end up another way. I don't know which way you end up, but you end up another way. Next thing you know, you're 50, then you turn 60, but you used to be 20, and now you did things differently when you're 20 than you do when you're 60. I'm sure I haven't turned 60 yet, but I have turned 50. And I can tell you, it's not the same as 30. It's not the same as 40. And sure the fuck ain't the same as 10. But there's a lot of stuff out here I wouldn't mind seeing change. There's a lot of stuff out here I think is going to change. And like I said, I just feel like I'm not really capable of doing it the way you do it. And you say, well, shit, who are you talking about? Me? More than likely, I'm not talking about you, if you have to ask. I just don't feel like I am. So when you see me doing what I'm doing, it's because I've got something inside of me that says, look, you just can't do it like that anymore. You know, like I used to practice Christianity. When I was 16 years of age, I came across Christianity for myself, not just listening to what goes on in the culture and society and the people in the neighborhoods and my parents and so on and so forth. I came and approached it and I said, look, I don't know really what this is all about, but I hear so much about it, so much. It's time for me to start delving into it, read the New Testament, do something, and get and make some kind of a assessment of it on my own, for myself. I got into it. And I ended up becoming what was a Christian. I consider myself to be a Christian and so many other things like that. And I got really hardcore about it. Then I began to question some things later on down the road. I was questioning already to begin with, but just dismiss it and just don't question it. Everyone's got an excuse for everything. And no matter how weak the excuse may be, how flimsy it may be, there's just an excuse, and they'll tell you this, that, and the other. They don't explain it away in a way that's like sufficient enough. Anyway, I got to something that said, well, you know what? It's not a verbatim from start to finish kind of religion and everything else. There's something going on here, and indeed there's something going on, but this is not all there is to it. So I just really couldn't bring myself to practice being a Christian in that way anymore. So I left that alone, and I moved on to some other stuff. It took me until I was, in 2017, I believe I was 42 years of age at the time, to come across Cryon in a way that helped me understand. Because I came across him tentatively in 2014, just in and out with a 5-minute video. I explained that before. I'm not getting into it right now because it's a bit of an explanation. In 2017, I came across Cryon and I understood quite a bit about quite a few things. And I've been understanding things since then a lot better and more clarity. And I can't go back to what I used to be as a Christian. The kind of Christian I used to be, I can't go back to that. My mind is expanded. They say once the mind was expanded to whatever expansion it goes to, it's not like it's going to go back to what it formerly was. So yeah, it's not like I don't wish I could sometimes. But what profit is that? So I really don't function like everyone else for a lot of reasons. I don't function like everyone else. It's not meant for me to function like everyone else. And you say, well, who's everyone else? Well, a lot of people. Let's put it like that. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Everyone does things differently. Everyone functions differently, You don't function like everyone else. Everyone functions the way they function. So it goes without saying it wasn't meant for me to function like everyone else. To be honest with you, I wish I could simplify and I wish I could. But since I can't, not in all honesty, and be authentic about it, I can sit there and try to, say, well, I'm going to go out here and try to forget everything I ever fucking knew, everything I ever fucking came across, and everything, I'll forget all of it, and just function like everyone else, I'm not a light worker, all this stuff doesn't matter, all this stuff I've seen, all this experience. And you got people out there right now don't even know about the alien realization yet. Plenty of them on the planet. If anyone's been listening to me and listening to Ivy Loeb and going on the internet about these stuff and listening to Cryon and so on and so forth, maybe you got a little bit more than they've got. Can you go back to where you used to be formerly if you didn't believe in all this stuff before or know of it before? How has it changed you? How do you think it will change you if it hadn't changed you so far? Listen, I said something earlier. I don't think I was recording at the time. I recorded so much stuff. I was like, man, I'm going to leave that out of it. I think I'm going to leave that out of it. That's a whole nother can of worms right now. But I wanted to go on about legislation, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It's certain things that I would like as far as legislation goes, but America doesn't comprise the entire world. It's not the law for the entire world. It's not the culture for the entire world. It's just not. I need to get the fuck out of America for a while. But that's a whole nother can of worms as well. A whole nother story. But I guess my point is just because it's something that I want, I can't be like America and say let's enforce this upon everybody, but it's not everybody fucking wants that, Just because you want it, just because America wants it. It's like that shit going on in Ukraine right now. The Ukrainians, for the most part, didn't want that shit. But Putin's like, well, fuck it, I'm going to enforce this upon you because this is what I want. It used to be fucking Russian or whatever it was, whatever socialism we have as Russian or communion we had as a Russian or whatever it was, and now I want you to be back again. I don't know that's the best way to go about things. It's very complex out here, I'll tell you that. It's very complex. Because you have so many different people on so many different things. How do you make peace? That's one of the reasons why you just don't have peace, because this guy and this girl, they want to walk around with dreadlocks in their hair, but this abrasives in their hair, and this school over here says, well, if you go to this school, you can't do that. And it's like, well, what school am I supposed to go to? I was going to this school. I'm supposed to take up from this school and go to a whole other school now because you have an issue with me wearing my hair in some way. They had some case about that. I don't know, it's Texas or something like that. So that causes a problem. You got so many people out on so many goddamn things, you know. So what is the solution? Well, I guess we found the best solution that we can find. You go to the hood when you're hood, and you go to Beverly Hills when you're Beverly Hills, and if you can go from the hood to get you some Beverly Hills, like fucking all the rest of them do, you go to Beverly Hills, I guess, once you can. Because they say very few people actually want to be where they're at when they're in the hood. They want to be someplace in Beverly Hills to get away from all that shit. It's a hot mess, man. So I don't have the answers. I don't have the solutions. I'm like any other man out here, you know, or woman out here, trying to figure out the best way to, how do you solve this and how do you solve that? And it seems like the Lord has a good bit of things on the ball and is taking care of things. But even in the Bible, it seems like the Lord is always, if you believe in that, always saying, now, what now? What now? Always something, always something. There's some nemesis out there who's against him, which is the devil.